you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much indeed. Your Excellency, Dr. Isatou Touré of Gambia, Excellencies, Honorable Ministers, distinguished participants, colleagues, and friends, warm greetings to everyone from a very chilly New York City, to all the partners in population and development on this occasion of your international Inter-Ministerial conference. It's always nice to be among friends, even virtually. And you have been with UNFPA since Cairo, 1994, championing the ICPD program of action from the very beginning, leveraging the power of partnership to drive progress through South-South cooperation. All of us at UNFPA are proud. We're proud of our long and fruitful collaboration with you and of what we've achieved together, especially for women and girls all around the world. I would like to thank PPD and the government of the People's Republic of China for hosting this event. Special thanks to my friend, Her Excellency Dr. Li Bin, PPD Chair, and Honorable Vice Chairperson of the Chinese People's Political Consultative Conference for her outstanding stewardship of the organization. I would also like to recognize Her Excellency Ms. Lindiwe Zulu, Honorable Minister of Social Development of the Republic of South Africa and the incoming PPD Chair. We thank Minister Zulu for her active participation and for her inspiring remarks in the Nairobi Summit on ICPD 25 just a year ago. Moreover, we would like to thank Minister Zulu for making herself available to serve on the high-level commission on ICPD, which I've established to make sure that we continue to track progress towards the Nairobi Commitments. Next, I would really want to commend the 27 PPD member countries. You've renewed your commitments of government for supporting other countries in reaching their goals and for joining together as a loud, concerted voice on the ICPD agenda. When the world convened in Nairobi around a central belief that good progress is not good enough, that we must accelerate action to deliver on the promises made 26 years ago in Cairo to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals, we were very pleased to see the leadership that exists at all levels, from presidents to the grassroots, from refugees to royalty, from youth activists to CEOs, everyone working together to ensure that sexual and reproductive health and rights become a reality for all. To the partners from the private sector, civil society, academia, the faith-based organizations, everyone bringing new ideas and new resources, which we need so desperately. The summit secured billions of dollars in commitments from governments, businesses, foundations, and others. It rallied support to achieve the 3 zeros that are transformative in the life of women and girls by the year 2030. 0 unmet need for family planning, 0 preventable maternal deaths, and 0 gender-based violence and harmful practices, all based on solid data and evidence. Since Nairobi last year, the road to 2030, the Sustainable Development Goals, and the achievement grew steeper. Why? Because of the extraordinary events of this year with COVID-19. The United Nations Secretary General, Mr. Antonio Guterres, has called COVID-19, quote, the greatest test that we have faced since the formation of the United Nations, end quote. So with each passing day, the scale of the crisis and its consequences become increasingly apparent, the pandemic laying bare the deep and persistent inequalities that plague societies and deepen these inequalities even further. Once again, Who is it that has borne the brunt of the pandemic? Women and girls. Hard-earned development plans, achieved over decades, are now at risk. And we're witnessing change in a matter of months that normally would have taken years. Yet, even amidst the pandemic, we see governments and advocates continue to rally behind sexual and reproductive health and rights. While we face challenges, the pandemic also offers opportunities for innovation, for transformation, for new partnership and new ways of working, such as our virtual environment here today. We're adapting, we're learning, we're doing our best, and we're continuing to forge ahead together. Now, in response to COVID-19, UNFPA has not stopped. We have been supporting governments to ensure continuity of sexual and reproductive health services, to address gender-based violence, the pandemic within the pandemic, including the harmful practices of child marriage and female genital mutilation. And we are soldiering on to ensure the supply of modern contraceptives, as well as personal protective equipment, that PPE for health workers. Our response is grounded in the evidence, and it begins with asking the question, who is being left behind and why? The UNFPA Population Vulnerability Dashboard, launched in July, provides policymakers and partners with access to information from more than 200 countries. It highlights the population vulnerabilities to COVID-19 due to such factors as age, sex, isolation, residential density, and access to water. Our programming focuses on localized approaches to meet the specific needs of those furthest behind, especially older persons, including refugees and migrants. Of course, people with disabilities and others at heightened risk deserve special attention. Women, girls, young people remain at the heart of our efforts. They are also critical partners in a number of countries. It's been wonderful to see young leaders stepping up to mobilize within their communities to combat misinformation around the virus, a service by young people who want to ensure that we can make informed decisions and support others in need. That's what unites us here today, a strong belief that our most daunting challenges are best solved by working together. As the proverb goes, it's easy to break a single stick, but when bundled together, they become unbreakable. In unity, there is strength. South-South cooperation is not a new tool, yet it continues to gain in importance. In March 2019, I headed the UNFPA delegation to the second United Nations high-level conference on South-South cooperation to reaffirm the Buenos Aires Plan of Action, BAPA. And in July this year, the Office of the United Nations Secretary General issued the United Nations System-Wide Strategy for South-South Cooperation. This is a document that UNFPA contributed to, endorsed, and we look forward to vigorously implementing together with you. And next year, in January 2021, the Independent Evaluation Office of UNFPA will share with all member states the results of a formative evaluation on South-South cooperation. Informed by the evidence, results, and recommendations of that evaluation, UNFPA will certainly strengthen our South-South cooperation in our upcoming next strategic plan for the period 2022 through 2025, so that all of us can realize its full potential as a tool for achieving the ICPD and the Sustainable Development Goals. Allow us to count on your continued partnership, your engagement, as we journey together to achieve our shared goals, to reach those 3 transformative zeros, and to build back better, greener, and bluer for all. Our march forward continues. I wish you very fruitful deliberations. I thank you for your selfless dedication to others and wish you a successful conference. Thank you very much.